Alrighty guys, in this video, let's take a look at should you be taking profits on your positions on the memory stocks before the weekend, going into the weekend, should you be sizing down? And today is the day, today is the Friday. Should you be sizing down, take profits, right? All that good stuff. Let's talk about what are the possibilities, what are the price action looking like, how should we can risk manage going into the weekend, all that good stuff. We'll take a look at Micron, Sandisk, SK Hynix, Seagate, Nvidia, AMD, ARM, Intel, all that good stuff, guys, and Marvel. Haven't forgotten that. So with that, let's jump right into it. Once I let you know, none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. Now, most importantly, what makes me say that should you be sizing down your position, right? Why do I even raise this point? Well, so I raised this point because we, though, are still in the bullish momentum and structure. We were in the pullback for the last few days, and I have been telling you here, guys, don't you worry. Don't you worry. This is just a pullback. Okay, we are just still bullish, and you can see we had a follow through, really good follow through to the upside. But the pullback momentum, the pullback is completed, but the momentum today is a little bit rejecting at the level where we want to go above and close above. That is on Micron 982. You will see similar pattern repeat on other memory stocks. And that's what makes me just provide a suggestion. Definitely do what you want to do with your positions. I'm no one to tell you what you should do in your financial decisions. I'm just sharing my opinion. Now, when we see a follow-through rejection, it's not a problem, but we do have a gap. And we are rejecting at a significant level after doing a pullback, and we are getting, and well, going into the weekend. We will get weekends every week, but my point is that today is the day that makes us go into the weekend. And so it's always good to partially take some profits because, as you know, we are in the profit. I gave you this bottom down here, right? And we have on Micron already made gains upwards of 30%. 30% gains if you just listen to me, right? And if you remember, well, not just on memory stocks, on many other stocks, you have made plenty of money, 500 times your money over the course of months now. Right? If you are interested in my membership, details are in the description of this video. Now, point being here, let's get to the hourly interval. As I said, in the last 2 days, couple of days also, the pullbacks that we got, I was telling you it's just a pullback. We already see a confirmation of that push through yesterday. And as I just said, through the gap fill area, we're a little bit selling off again at a significant level. And even though structure price action is still bullish on Micron even until still 930. All right, don't get me wrong. Until there, we are still just fine. We are still bullish. It's just that partial profits going into the weekend are good to do. But hey, we are still bullish. Make your decision, whatever you want to do. If by the end of the day, by the end of the market session, we can close somewhere up here, we will then go strong. If we close below 982 on Micron going into the weekend, it's good to take some partial profits. So, all right, all good in the price action overall, though no problems. Okay, Sandisk, still in the same boat like Micron. We did see green candle yesterday. It is not that strong as Micron right now, but it has also moved much strongly and with more intensity than Micron, so it's okay that its pullback is a little bit lagging. Let's get to the hourly interval. All right, we are still bullish though on Sandisk overall. Okay, we have held $1,500 and above that I'm not worried. 1500 below, definitely some worry would start to come in. As for the near term cool off overall, like it's not like it's gonna swing short to negative to below 1000. I really don't think so, but we have to manage the position. It hasn't really completed its pullback. It is still slowing down at $1,600. If we can close today, day above $1,600, we will close in the strength, thus marking a pullback complete starting next week. All right. And accordingly manage the position. Definitely if we slow down at $1,600, it's good to take some partial profits, even though structure is fine until $1,500. It's only for the reason that we are going into the weekend. No one knows what news comes out over the weekend and all that stuff. So if you're in the profit, it's good to take some partial profits. Overall structure is bullish even until that $1,500. No problems. And even if we lose that, $1,400 is the next zone where I think we'll be fine overall. So, but it's just that we don't want to see next leg of momentum loss, right? So that's that. All right, SK Hynix is good. I have been telling you this very thing. These are just the pullback, guys. This is still the bottom. Okay, and you can see we are already getting bought up. We are already getting bought up. SK Hynix is the one that is actually closing in the strength. And this is the one that I would not too much worry about taking partial profits on. This is okay to hold through the position because it has been, after finding its support at the significant level, also pushing through. You can see precisely at my significant level, guys. Get my tools. All right, so we are pushing through to the upside. Okay, so all good on SK Hynix. Still bullish in the price action and all good. Nothing really much changes on this thing, guys. Seagate is a little bit in the near-term weakness. Now it's either in the choppiness and or sideways action. There is a look. I am not a like trend line is more for a reference, but don't make your decisions off of this. So let's get to the hourly interval. I gave you a zone for a pullback completion. It hasn't done that yet, so accordingly manage the position because we are not in the strength on Seagate. 885 above, we still have to regain. It's not overall bearish, don't get me wrong, but we are in the multi-day weakness. We are in the pullback. We still have to get above that 885 to push to the upside. Mark this pullback complete, all that good stuff. Nvidia tested its last line of defense, that zone. Until here, overall we are bullish, but it is not confirming yet. Pullback completed. Let's get to the hourly interval. What zones do we have to watch to see a pullback completion? 218. Gotta get above this zone, close above it, then only this pullback will mark complete. Now Nvidia can do that today or next week. Overall, we are not bearish. This is the zone I gave you. We are still holding there. There's a significant level behind this zone, guys. Okay, so I just highlighted it just because it's easier to then explain in the videos, but you don't need these colored zones. I just put them so that when I do the video, I don't have to keep drawing circles, so that you already know, like, but if you have my tools, you have already everything on your charts. So all right, so yeah, so Nvidia trying to bounce at that zone, last line of defense on the overall structure, but pullback will complete only above that $218 to $19 zone. All right, so anyways, let's move on to AMD. AMD unfortunately remains in the weakness. So it's still in the negative side, guys. It hasn't lost the zone below, but also it's not giving you good upside. It's more of a choppy stock right now, and this is where it's not a good trade, and it's not even a good buy at this point, in my opinion. Long term, only 500 above, any interest would come back in, or I get it much more cheaper, and then we see the price action make something happen, then it will be a good play. Otherwise, no. Right now, if you can avoid, if you don't have any position on AMD like me, there is no point in opening any position on AMD right now, in my opinion. ARM also remains in the negative direction, guys. Nothing changes, and 268 below, we broke the structure, and unfortunately we are broken. All right, I have been telling you that. All right, we even did the retest and a rejection. So all at my significant levels. Intel also is broken, guys. $95 and $100. I said that below that, no point. It's over again, and it's over. It's kaboom. It's continuing lower. Nothing bullish looks like on this thing to happen. Marvel has been bullish. Today's red candle technically is just a pullback. In this case, yes, if you are in profit, if you bought here when I told you the bottom, and you have the position still running, because we never turned bearish. I have been telling you along the ways we are still bullish, so there is no point that you shouldn't be in the position if you bought here. But yes, along the ways you can take partial profits, and similarly that's something you should do today also, in my opinion. Do whatever you like, but since we have a strong red candle triggering some possible, yeah, it's already a multi-day weakness triggered. We have lost that significant level. So yeah, so it's not close. If it, yeah, it's not gonna close most likely the day in the strength going into the weekend. So if you have the profits, take some partial profits. You don't have to fully liquidate the position, but you can take some partial profits here. All right, guys. Well, that's all I had for you in this video. Market is looking really good, actually. Many other stocks, I talk with my members on my memberships. All right. And you don't have to like these videos that I do for the members. They're not stressful, guys. They are not like every day you have to be like tiptoeing around the stock's positions. No, they're more of like passive style where it's a long running trades, and the position, you don't have to every day frustrate yourself over the positions. All right, so these are more like we pick great opportunities, and then those are more like multi-day and swing type of trades. And also I provide opinions on the stocks which are not a buy, and eventually they will be a buy. I provide all the zones and everything. Come on, you gotta join. But just make sure that it's nothing is overnight rich thing here. You know, trading is about patience, discipline. So please make sure you come with the right expectations. You know, otherwise it's only you who will be frustrated, because if your expectations is not aligned properly, right? All right, guys, that's all I had for you in this video. And with that, I'll see you in my next videos. Take care. Bye.